I hope you can hear me well. Good morning, everyone. My name is Celine. Welcome to the online webinar for an in-depth look at the Scaleup Masterclass. So I'm responsible for the Scaleup Masterclass from the Vlaric side, but I'm not alone here. I have a few colleagues in this room as well. So maybe you can shortly introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, let me start then. So my name is Katrien van Eekhout, and as you will hear later on in the call, we represent the team Scaleup Flanders, represents different organizations. So I am from Agoria, where I am together with Frederick, who will introduce himself. I'm responsible for setting up support actions for startups and scale-ups.
Okay, good morning, everyone. As Catherine mentioned, we are the Startup and Scale-up team at Agoria. And Agoria, the Technology Federation, is one of the 4 partners in this consortium of Scaleup Flanders. And yeah, that's basically it. So I can pass the mic to Maarten.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Maarten Lerwel here. On the side of Series, one of the coaches in the program of Scaleup Flanders. Maybe Niels?
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Niels. I work for Vito, Flemish Research and Technology Organization, and I'm responsible for Vito for Starters, startup program.
And then I think we have Guntram left. That's correct.
Yes, good morning. I'm Guntram, part of Series, also involved in the Scaleup Flanders consortium.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. So you can see you're in good hands today and during the program and the Scaleup Flanders at large. Maybe just some practical agreements. If you have questions, don't hesitate to put them in the chat. We also have time foreseen at the end, and then you can just unmute yourself and ask away. Now, let me first ask a question to you. Anyone knows who these people are? Does anyone know?
I know Jordan.
Yeah, and do you know more about him? The company he has? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Roel speaking, Roel van Hoorn. I know Jordan personally, and he just exited Henchman. So that was quite a success story. I think they multiplied their value by somewhere between 15 and 20 in 4 years' time. So that was very exceptional.
Indeed. Thank you. If he's a good friend, you will probably even know more than I do. But yeah. Thanks for the. Do you know who's on the left as well? Maybe even in your friends? No. Okay. On the left, we have Eline David. She's now Global Sales and Marketing Director of Now Jobs, so a platform for flexi jobbers and student jobs, so to earn a bit more. They both came to us a while back saying that the product and service they offered was really struggling while scaling up. They had investors knocking on the doors. They were like, yeah, whom should we talk to? They were like hiring at a super fast pace, and they were losing the initial DNA and culture they had, and they wanted to protect that. So they really had certain struggles while scaling. And with everyone that is interested in a masterclass, we do an intake interview. And if we consolidate all the information we have there, we always have 3 expectations that they have. The first one is that they want to be in a room full of people that they can learn from, that are at the same stage or that just passed the stage, that been there, done that, and they can really learn from. So the social proof is crucial to them. The second one that comes up as expectation is the top-notch content. They say the offering is huge in Belgium and beyond for scale-ups. We would like to have a program that really consolidates the best, that invites the best experts, both academic and from the field, that we can really move forward and avoid trial and error. That's most important. And the third expectations they all have is really that it should be impactful. actionable. If it's only inspiration, they will just not join. So we need to make sure that at the end of the program, and that's what we offer today, they will have an actionable growth plan in place that they can start implementing in the company. I will take a deep dive short on the three topics just discussed. So first of all, the social proof parts. Those are the minimum requirements, the basic requirements for joining the Scaleup Masterclass. So companies with sales turnover of more than 500,000 or at least 1 million euro capital raised, or having a customer abroad. The product market fit has been established, so check there, and the product service is complete, ready to scale up. If you look at the two bottom requirements, I would like to say that, okay, the focus is on digital and climate tech, clean tech companies, but in the end, everyone is welcome. In that sense, if you all go through the common challenge of scaling fast and avoiding trial and error, there is no need that you are a digital company. We have a special trajectory for that, but we also now in the group of 2025, we already have companies that are non-SaaS, for example, but go through the same challenges. Of course, the majority will be digital companies. Looking at founders or C-level executives, indeed, you're all welcome. I wanted to make a side note there is that we see a trend happening, and that is that in the past, more and more, we had more individual subscriptions to the program. While today, we see more and more team registrations. Why? Because if you as a founder invite some or your entire C-level team, you go through the same program, you talk the same language, and you will have to work together towards the in-company project at the end. It will be a different dynamic if you follow it yourself, you go through it, and afterwards you have to inspire your teammates or convince your teammates to look at it from a different angle. Of course, it should be feasible, but I just wanted to add that as a little advice, because it will allow you to gain time as a team. Here you can find some logos of people that joined in the past. I'm sure you will know some names or some founders, but just to give you an idea of the community we have today, and that went through that program. Now, looking at those logos, they had the program in the past, but this year it will look a little bit different. If you look at the program today, I told you in the beginning, you're in very good hands, because from this year onwards, we joined forces with complementary partners. Agoria, Siris, and Vito and Vlerick joined in a consortium, which means that if you enter one of our products, you will be part of the strongest offering for scale-ups in Belgium. And why is it now that it's interesting that we joined at the level of the program that we're talking about today? Is Vlerick offers research, academic insights, frameworks, founder cases, while the Scaleup Flanders Ignite program has a real deep expertise in everything scale-up related. They offer also individual coaching. They are experts in their field. And we said with our general holistic overview, and their deep knowledge, we can really make something unique and offer it in the markets. We're also backed, of course, by some industry partners, PMV, Eximium Talent, Osborne Clark, and Deloitte. And we organize this once a year just to make sure that we have a qualitative group. It requires time to do the intakes. It requires time to look at the challenges of everyone individually and mix and match according to the best way of sharing practices. So once a year, and with the support of Vlaio. Normally this this program would be at a cost of 9 to 10,000 euros. Today, we can offer you that for the price of 3,000 euros with the support of Vlaio, of course. Going to the program. So this is an overview. It's a visual of the whole program from A to Z. I would like to split it in two. The first one, I would like to focus on the content part. And for the second one, I would like to focus on how to implement the learnings. How will we invite you and facilitate that you do something with it? Because it's easy to be inspired, but more difficult to do something with it. So that's why we combine the two. You can see here that we have a set of offline modules. And that's obligatory for everyone. So we want you to be there because those are some key growing pains that everyone goes through. The first one is really a module on go-to-markets. So we will look at the strategy of the company as a whole. But then we will really focus and zoom in on first the sales strategy, how to move from a founder-led sales to a team sales-led company, and how to organize yourselves for it. We will also look at the internationalization part. Most of you are already active on international level, but how to go about it, how to scale it even faster, how to organize yourself for it centrally, decentrally, working with agents, partnerships, alliances, where do you invest and how much, and when do you pull the plug? So we will really look at the international topic as a whole. And there is also room for a group coaching session. It's based on a growth scan. So we designed a growth scan within the school where it's like a self-assessment tool where you will zoom out of your company and you will step away from the operational daily tasks and you will look at your company as a whole. Based on that result, we will put you together with other founders and C-level executives, and you will go through half a day of coaching. You will look at your own case, like where are we struggling? What is the reason we are struggling? What is my role in that? Where are we doing well? And can we even leverage that more? So, and how can we learn and what can we learn from others? So that's module 1. Module 2, we will focus on the people aspect of things. Typically, companies are scaling fast, but that also means hiring and recruiting at a fast pace. And often there, we don't see it fast, but little cracks come in the culture. So the DNA, the initial DNA a company had, becomes more fragmented, more unclear. So we will look at a culture, how to protect that culture, that DNA. We will also have a look at your team. How is your team doing? Is everyone on the good place in your company? Are they performant? What do you do about it if they're non-performing? And how do you reward them? So we will look at all different incentives possible. And what's also interesting there is how do you do that locally, but also internationally? And how do you make sure the two of them are aligned? And then the third pillar in terms of content, here you see that there are also an offering of online modules that's optional, that's based upon your need or request you have at that moment in time. And here you see the different topics we offer. I think in terms of timing, I would say that on average, you would need 3 to 4 hours to go through, for example, the module on managing partnership and alliances. So it's also an in-depth course. So that's in short, in a nutshell, the content we will be offering. If you now look at, and that's equally important, at how will we implement the insights, how will you rather implement the insights in your company and how will we facilitate that? We have 3 ways. So the first one is the coaching. So you have the right to book maximum 4 hours of individual coaching with one of our experts. You can say like at the end, I need more input on internationalization, or I have specific questions on tax and fiscal benefits. Any question you might have, you can then pick and choose the expert you want to talk to, book in a time slot and have your individual coaching. So that will really help turning the insights and the feedback you got from the other participants. If you have additional questions, you can then set up the individual coaching. The second way we want to encourage you to do something with it is the Meet in the Middle webinar. It's an online webinar where we will look at the progress you made so far and what about how the others are doing and what you can learn from them again. So it's mainly a facilitation of experience sharing. And then the third one, and that's the biggest chunk, it's that at the end of the program, we will like you to present your growth plan to a jury of experts. It's an individual presentation. If you join with your C-level team, you will all be there. If you're alone as a founder or you register alone, you can invite your C-level team to that moment as well, because at that point in time, you will really get feedback on your growth plan. So it starts with a pitch at the beginning, but at the end, you will have as a result a growth plan that you can just take to the company and start rolling out at every level. So that's in short what the program is about. Maybe going to you, Catherine.
Yes, I'm unmuted. Okay, so our masterclass may be the cornerstone of the Scaleup Flanders program, but we have much more to offer with quite comprehensive offering. So as some of you may know, we have been existing as Scaleup Vlaanderen before, but we became Scaleup Flanders meanwhile. So we have been existing for 8 years. Some of our activities may be familiar, like the 1 Million Club, that twice a year gathers like-minded founders who have raised at least 1 million euro of external money, or who are having an annual sales turnover of more than 1 million. So we gather in an informal setting, and usually we are hosted by one or other very successful scaler, like it was recently the case with Deliverect or with Theo Technologies. So we also have an annual inspiration event. We gathered last October with a very interesting day about new funding technologies. Well, we will be inviting you next year for another similar event. Then we have also a new format, which is called the Deep Dives. It's half a day workshops. It's informational, but also hands-on, and on topics that are very relevant for scale-up management in general. So like 2 weeks ago, we had a deep dive on the influence of Gen AI on SaaS solutions. On February the 18th, so in 2 weeks from now, we will have a deep dive on expanding to the UK market. It will be mainly focused on health tech and clean tech sustainability. On March 11, we have another one. It will be about sustainability compliance, but not sustainability compliance as such, but how you could turn a possible burden into an opportunity to raise funds, or to do business development towards corporates, or in the framework of public tendering. We also have a strong focus on corporate partnering. So this year we will select a corporate. We will announce it in the coming months, and we will give Flemish startups the opportunity to pitch their solution on Love Tomorrow. And also we organize an annual international mission. So this year, in May, by the end of May, this mission will lead us to Poland, and with a focus on manutech and security in the large sense. So yeah, we shouldn't confuse Scaleup Flanders with Startup Flanders. By the way, you might have heard about Startup Flanders as well, which is a program launched by Flanders Investment and Trade to promote the Flemish startup scene abroad. So that's what we offer, but I would encourage you to have a look at our website, if not yet done, to subscribe to our newsletter, and certainly to follow us on LinkedIn. So I think now is the time to ask questions, if any. So I give the mic back to Celine.
Yes, indeed. Any questions you might have, you're welcome to ask them. You can unmute yourself or put it in the chat. And if you would like to just schedule an interview or questions you might have more individually, you can always reach out to the both of us. Our contact details are right here. If you want to apply, you can do that via the link on the slides. That's an example of the application form. So if you apply, we will always have a talk afterwards to see whether there is a fit between what you need and what the program offers. So always listening to your needs first. So yeah, hope you got enthusiastic about the program. And if I will also stop sharing that if you have any questions, I can follow up as well. But thanks anyhow for your time, and I hope to hear you soon.
Don't ask your questions all at once.
Yeah, I put the one in the chat earlier on because it was not clear if it was for the company, the 3,000 euros, or for the participants of the company.
Yeah, thanks for replying.
So if we don't have any questions, then maybe we can close this webinar.
I have maybe a question. You talked about the live sessions. It was in Ghent, Leuven, and Brussels, and then there was also an online part. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And is that also a live event like we do now, or it are just videos you send to us and we have to look at?
Well, it's a platform we created where all practical information for the live sessions are on, and homework and the in-company projects. And there the videos are on as well. We can't send you the videos. It's really a learning trajectory. So you look at a video, then we reply a question, linking it to your company. There are also cases of companies that did something interesting in that domain. So it's part of the platform, and you can take a look at it there. And I think if you look at, for example, raising finance and how to interact with investors, that only will take you 3 to 4 hours to go through it, but it's on an online platform. Does that answer your question, Tom?
Yes, yes. A couple of years I did follow already. I think it has another name. I can't remember it, but it was Scaleup without Agoria and so on. So what are the main differences between, that's what I did follow already and this? Maybe you told it fact. That's my question.
You followed the Ignite program, or you followed something on Vleric's site?
On Vleric's side and on the side of Agoria. So I followed on your side a while ago. It was, I think it called Startups at that time or something like that. I remember it was, I think 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And last year I did follow something on the site of Agoria, but I can't remember the name neither.
Ignite.
Sorry.
It's Scaleup Flanders Ignite, Tom, that you followed.
Correct. Thank you. So what are the main differences between those?
Well,
go ahead, Frederik. I'm looking up what he followed at Vleric's site.
You followed Scaleup Flanders Ignite. This time around, Vlerik will do most of the theoretical part of the program, and we brought the two programs together. So now you will not only do the theoretical part with Vlerik, which is different from the theoretical part that you saw at Scaleup Flanders Ignite. It's completely different, with other topics covered as well. And it's combined with the practical coaching that you know from Scaleup Flanders Ignite. So you will also work with the coaches that you were used to at Scaleup Flanders Ignite, and that go deep into the problems or the challenges that you struggle with your company today. So also for us, it's a new way of working. But I think when we combine the strengths of the two programs, that we certainly have the strongest program for scale-ups in Belgium right now. I think there is the overlap with the theoretical part that you got from Scaleup Flanders Ignite is limited, I think, because Vlerik does cover other topics as well in that part. But of course, the individual coaching, you know the individual coaching because you've had it at Ignite as well. But of course, your company has evolved since then because it's a year ago, or 1.5 years ago. And you probably are confronted with different struggles and challenges today than a couple of years ago.
I think also in terms of networking, it will be, offer more chances because the group will be much bigger, and also the growth can maybe an important asset, and also of course, the update of your in-company plan.
From Vlerik's end, Tom, I will look up what the program is you followed, and I will get back to you on it.
Yes, I did follow 2 on your site, but it's a long time ago, so I can't remember the name.
No worries.
Thank you. What are the deadlines to subscribe?
Well, it's up until the group is complete. So if you say you're interested, we will put your name on the list. We will have a talk, and then we will evaluate whether that's a fit. So you have some time left. Yeah.
Okay. No, you can put me on the list. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Yeah. And thank you for your questions. I don't know, Roel or anyone else has remaining questions.
Well, most of it was clear. I'm just wondering, I'm advising a couple companies that are not purely digital, that really have an actual tangible product. And I wonder how relevant it would be. I have one company in mind that might benefit definitely at this stage from following some advice of scalers, but I don't know how relevant it would be for non-fully digital companies.
Well, we've had those in the past, and I love that they're there because it's, well, we often think that's less relevant to me. If you're a digital company, that's not the case. They look often from a different angle, but it's enriching. If you want, I can always get you in touch with someone of a non-digital company that followed the program in the past, and I can maybe share his or her experience if that would be.
Yeah, sure, that's relevant, and I will talk to the management of the company to see if there would be any interest, because I think for them it would be very relevant.
Okay.
And to complement Celine Roel at Scaleup Flanders Ignite, we also had quite a few companies over the last 4 years that were not purely digital. So our coaches also have some experience in that area. So I don't think it's a big issue, to be honest.
All right, good to know.
Question.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks also for the overview. Everything all is clear.
Thank you. And say hi to Jorn from Vlerik School. Okay. All right. I think it's time to wrap up the meeting. Thank you for your time. And we'll talk more soon, Roel and Tom.
All right.
We'll keep in touch. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.